As a result of the people of Siaya demanding that they want a good modern stadium constructed based on the fact that Siaya has been at the apex of sports in this country. We have had luminaries that came from Siaya in the world of football, in the world of athletics. And so that is why we decided, yes, it appears we have a lot of talents that we needed to nurture and tap. And how do we do so? We can only do so by building this stadium and an amphitheater. We went on public tender and we had a farm that was evaluated to be the best farm. Yes, Jiangsu is a Chinese farm, and so the works were awarded at 394 million. Yeah, so that it would be complete. By the time it is complete, we wanted to have these terraces in place. We wanted to have a nice pitch, yeah, that is made of tough foam, and we also wanted to have a track for athletics. And at the time it is finished, we are going to go to phase 2. In fact, in our next budget, we are going to put money into the phase 2 so that we want to put chairs on this stadium, and we want to put a roof over it. And we want to have that taffum, tartan, it's called tartan track, right? And you can see the way they are making this pitch. It will not have any water. Even when it rains, it will drain off and it will go, right? There is no stadium like this in Kenya, I'm telling you. Today in Kenya, we look at things differently. People look at the tarmac road as the most important thing. But I thought, look at the road that can make you rich and you do your business without hustle, right? So here in Siaya to date, I'm proud of the fact that there is nowhere in Siaya where you can't reach motorizing. You will always have a place to put your car on and reach, even if you are having your home where. Previously, before we came into the devolution came, there were places where when Maiti comes from Nairobi, wangebeba gongwe on their heads, isn't it? Yes. That is no longer there. Now, every school that we have, you have at least, mnakumbuka maneno ya Nyayo, ya maziwa ya Nyayo, that used to go to schools. There were some schools that the vehicles would not penetrate, right? But today, if you give those packets of milk to go to school, they will go to all schools, all the dispensaries, all churches. We have managed to reach using our roads. So that is a plus for us. And the only problem that would go with it is maintenance of such roads. And we are also trying to put a lot of money into that so that they are maintained to a certain level. The advantage of those roads is that the border is now advantaged in the sense that the cost of repairs has come down. The flexibility with which they reach their customers is also very high. The wagonjwa, wale wako wagonjwa wajawazito, kama mama iko pregnant and is to be rushed to the hospital, it's very easy for either motorcycle to crisscross or the ambulance to carry the sick to the hospital. A plus for us, and I can tell you the mortality rate ile ya child na mama yake imepunguzwa vilivyo hapa Siaya. Yeah.
Zamani pikipiki yangu ilikuwa inaweza kupita hapa nikienda Bondo ama Tingwangi. Singeweza kupita hapa nikibeba mzigo wangu kwenda biashara yangu, lakini sasa inaweza kuifanya.
They are also able to access their churches. So socially it has been a very good thing in terms of supporting our people here.
Women who go to Ugunja have no problem. Some of us also who visit Ugunja every time, we have no problem even coming back home in the evening. So we are really appreciate what has been done by the county council, the county government.
Hapo mbeleni kupitia hapa ilikuwa shida. Kuna hospitali hapa Masangwe, lakini kupita hapa ilikuanga shida, lakini sasa ni rahisi.
Kuna barabara mingi, hizi barabara za panya Rusizi ndogo ndogo siku hizi zimefunguliwa nyingi sana, tena zimekuwa marammed. Transport imekuwa mzuri, hata kupitia kwa hizo matope siku hizi zimerudi chini sana. Wameweka maram, tena ile kitu naweza sema youths wanapata kazi kupitia kwa hizo marams, lakini youths pia wanapata kazi kupitia kwa kazi ya vijana. Iko hapa Siaya, vijana wanafanya kazi. Kwa hivyo ikifika jioni, kila kijana amechoka anarudi kwa nyumba yake. Hiyo wizi imerudi chini.
We have a tarmac road that for about 2 kilometers that we are constructing from a place called Opoda up to Bondo Primary. Now that one we are partnering with Kura. The cost for that is about, we've estimated to be around 40 per kilometer.
In total, we were given 95 million Kenya shillings here from the COVID funds. And we managed to build those isolation centers, 50 capacity in Bondo, 50 capacity in Ambira, and 200 capacity here in Siaya. This is we decided to spread it so that people in the southern part would be held at Bondo, and people in the other part, northern part, would be held in Ambira. And so far, again, that one, we used that money to do that and equip those facilities. So today, when you go there, you will find them equipped, ready for people who are having COVID-19. Fortunately, the curve is flattening, and therefore, maybe in future, when it is completely flat, we shall turn those facilities into normal wards. We can comfortably accommodate half of our ECD students going to school. Remember the enrollment, by the time the devolution started, we only had about 20,000 in ECD. But today we are talking about over 100,000 in Siaya, which is very impressive. Yeah. And of course, apart from that, we have also employed teachers for them. Trained teachers, not just teachers. Trained teachers, we have engaged more than 635. We are adding some more 200 this year.
Actually, it's just COVID. We were supposed to have done it by last year, but because of COVID, our plan was halted. But we are racing against time so that, God willing, if the COVID will be going down, we'll be able to employ them during this second quarter. Ikienda sana, maybe the third quarter.
Today in Siaya, people do not use oxen, plowing. People do not use their hands. People use tractor hire, and which I'm happy about, that when the season is coming like this one here, we are going to have over 600 or 700 tractors coming across from Rift Valley. Now, we have also been subsidizing the farmers by giving them seeds, by giving them fertilizer, right, at the cost of the government. And that has increased their yields, and that again has been a very good thing to the farmers. And apart from that, the fact that we have also alerted the markets through the high masts. Our people are capable of doing business in those centers up to 10, up to 11. If you come to Segeri, by the way, I'm surprised I passed there. When you pass there late, you find people are still around the place. And that's a very big advantage. So that means that the local person can do business farming, and then go into doing business, isn't it? Yes. And therefore the welfare goes up. Oh, yeah. You know, the most important thing is not leaving hardware to the people. This one is a hardware. The most important thing is leaving some software to the people of Siaya. And I'm very, very happy with one achievement that we have had. The so-called tendering process in Siaya is above board. Yes. This is one of the places I believe when they will come to give us an assessment, they will find us, because everything in Siaya is done on tender. Yes. There's no question of being shortchanged and all that. Yeah. So that is one thing that is a software. And I'm again happy that the so-called public service board that we have now is very professional. When you go to do the interview there, they take you through the processes and you appreciate at the end of it. So those are softwares that we shall be living, which will be speaking volumes later.